Hey everybody, Meteorologist Alex Williams with you in the Weather Impact Alert Center. It is a Weather Impact Alert Day, and so we want to get you up to speed on what's going on with radar, where are the storms, what are we seeing, what are we expecting to see, because many of you have plans tonight, right, going out to maybe some of the watch parties across the area, and if they're outdoors, well, then, you have to kind of worry about the weather. So first, before we get into everything here, let me show you this. This is the number that you text questions into. We want to make this interactive. You don't want me just talking to you for 15 minutes. And so we want you to text in 336-379-5775. Again, that's 336-379-5775. And you can take a screenshot of that. You can take a picture of it with your phone. And then if you think of a question later and you want to send it in, I'll be checking it periodically throughout the evening to answer questions as best as I can on this Weather Impact Alert Sunday. So, yes, Weather Impact Alert. It runs through, of course, this afternoon, really this evening. We're looking at scattered strong storms, and then it was feeling over 100 degrees in some portions of the area. We'll check the heat index real quick and see if that's kind of subsided. I think the primary threat as we go through the evening, of course, is going to be the strong storm threat. You want to watch radar, stay hydrated, all of those really great things. So far today, though, as far as the highs are concerned, now these aren't official highs. These are kind of, as the day goes on, it tracks the high temperatures for the day, and we have gotten into the lower 90s today. And you can see there Burlington 96, RDU 98, 97 in Lee County there in Sanford. So yeah, further to the east, it was definitely hotter than it was to the west. And no surprise there, you got higher terrain up into, say, the foothills and into the mountains as well. So that's what we're dealing with, is what we've hit so far. Here's what we've got right now. So it does feel like upper 90s across the Triad. So make sure you're staying hydrated. If you have to be outside, that humidity is going to sap you. Even if you're hanging poolside, you need to stay hydrated because you'll sweat. Your sweat really won't evaporate a whole lot, but it's going to stick to your skin, but you're still losing water, especially as humid as it is outside. Look at RDU, it feels like 100 degrees. So if you're traveling to the Triangle, maybe for some Canes watch parties later on, you will have to watch out for that heat, at least initially early on. All of that heat and humidity has sparked off some shower and thunderstorm activity across the Carolinas. This is good. We need rainfall. It's kind of scattered, so it's not all together. But you can see a lot more rain to go even back to the west, and that's until the front clears. And you can actually see the front is way back into Indiana, Kentucky there. You see that line. I'll point it out to you. It's right here. So this is most likely right either along the front or just ahead of the front. And so we have a ways to go, I should say, before we start seeing even some thunderstorms getting severe across the Tennessee, central Tennessee, southern central Tennessee. So, yep, into the Triad, we are dealing with some of these scattered showers and storms as well, and some locally heavy rainfall. So let's do a radar tour. If you live up into, say, Stokes County and Surrey County, kind of right on the county line there, we've got some showers moving through, and we'll just kind of move around here. So Westfield got some rain along Highway 8, seeing some of the rain. Highway 66 seeing some rain. Heavier rain moving into Walnut Cove along Highway 89, 772, 65. Yeah, that's definitely getting some very heavy rainfall there, up towards just south of Mayodan. And then Eden getting maybe a little bit of rain, at least the south side of the town right now. Anything red is going to be the heavier rain. Reidsville at the moment dry. Most of that is north of you from, say, Wentworth to Harrison Crossroads. And so that's good news. Everybody does need the rain, especially since we're dealing with exceptional drought across parts of the Triad. So along 22311, that is going to be some very heavy rain. That dark red that you're seeing there, that is absolutely torrential downpours. We have a very tropical atmosphere. That's where all of our moisture is coming from. And then again, into Forsyth County. So we're saying Dennis to Walkertown up towards Bellows Creek, Kings Crossroads, 158-66. Really heavy rain coming down in the far northeastern portion of Forsyth County. Winston itself, maybe the northern side of the city getting some of that rain. So Bon Air, Ronalda, Mount Tabor, Park Terrace, Guthrie, getting in on some of that rain as well. Highway 74 is going to be pretty wet at the moment. And then the southern edge of the county, not really seeing much of anything into Davidson County as well. We are also seeing some development from, say, Moxville to Coolomee. That's going to be moving towards Fork as well. Highway 40, just south of it. But as you head further west, like say towards Statesville, you will be getting in on some of the heavier rain as well. And then into Greensboro, we did have quite the shower and thunderstorm activity moving through. So this is moving right along I-40 up towards McLeansville, Whitsett, Greason's Crossroads, getting some heavy rain along I-40, 785, so kind of the eastern edge of the urban loop, if you will. And so our station probably going to be getting some rain here in just a moment. And then some showers kind of developing on the far northeastern portion of Guilford County. And then into Alamance County, one of the counties that really needs some of this rain. You see Elon getting some of that rain there. Burlington getting in on rain. This is good. And you can see some of the northern portions of the county. The southern portion of the county is what's under the drought right now, or the exceptional drought. And we're not really seeing anything. Saxapahaw, Rock Creek, not really seeing anything there towards the southern edge of the counties. And then into Randolph County, also getting some of that rain as well. Asheboro, North Asheboro, Cedar Falls, Highway 49, 73, 42, all getting some of that rainfall as well. So that's kind of what we're dealing with as far as a little bit of a radar tour there for you. So showers kind of starting to develop all across the Triad. Now keep in mind, if we move over to Raleigh, it's dry right now, so it's going to be hotter. So you're going to need to push the fluids more right now, and then it'll be a storm threat for you later on in the evening. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. I'll show you your forecast here for the Canes parties this evening. If you look here, you can see that looking at a better chance of rain really between 5 to about 9 o'clock. You can see otherwise you're looking at maybe 20% chance, but our models here at least pushing that time frame. I wonder why that bar is so low. Interesting. Let me pull this into the show and see if that'll fix it. But anyways, the better chance of rain is into around that 7, 8, 9 o'clock hour, most likely 6, 7, 8 o'clock. And that's when those storms are going to come through. Then once storms push through, it'll just kind of be dry and mild at the same time. So that's the good news. For the heat risk today, it wasn't necessarily super high. This is actually for Sunday, not for Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are all going to be in the minor levels. Maybe Thursday's starting to come back up a little bit. But this is actually for today. So we're looking at moderate heat risk today. And the heat index, see if that was updated. Yeah, so that's into Monday. So we're not really dealing with anything. But notice here, Wednesday into Thursday, back into the low to mid 90s, what it's feeling like. So yes, we'll at least have the potential for some of that as we go through the evening. So I'll check comments here in just a moment. Let's give you Futurecast. So it's doing decently well as far as where all the rain is. It still overdevelops the stuff across the triangle. But you can see here over the next couple of hours, it's going to be wet. And again, torrential downpours, maybe brief, strong, severe storms popping up across the area as well. And so that's what we're dealing with, making sure we don't have any super thunderstorms. Just a few special weather statements this afternoon for a wind gust probably up to the 30 to 40 mile an hour range. So again, if you are heading towards Raleigh, say for those watch parties outdoors, look at this. So this again, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, you're looking at that line of showers pushing east of you, and then or at least through you. So that's when you really need to have a plan, be prepared to seek shelter, whether it be in your car or a building, if you're spending time outdoors. And then of course, once that passes, you could still see, I will say, you will see the threat for scattered showers and thunderstorms until the front pushes through. And remember, the front is not coming through until late tonight. I'll put a little pause point here so I can show you. So do you see this wind shift here from the southwest to the northwest? This is the front that comes through, and that's 12 o'clock in the evening. Now, some of you might be coming back to the Triad at that point, so you're going to deal with clouds. The temperatures will start to cool down a little bit, maybe some passing showers, but into our Monday, we are talking cooler and drier. The air is going to be a lot drier. And then it's Tuesday. I think we're going to have to deal with quite a bit of cloud cover, maybe a few passing showers. Cloud cover sticks around into Wednesday as well. So some cooler days ahead for us. By the time we get towards the late week period, we are going to see the coolness erode there. So that's what we're dealing with. Let me check in and see if we've got any questions. I don't see any questions at the moment. So again, that number is that 336-379-5775. That's the number you can text your questions into if you have any of them. The good news is the threats today are not tornadic. We're not talking tornadoes. We're not talking big, huge, damaging hail. We're just talking damaging wind gusts is the primary concern as we go through the evening. Let's see if I can find my severe risks graphic here and show that to you. And then we'll look at a couple webcams. Let's see. Here's our severe threats. All right, so again, primarily it is wind. The flood threat is low end, but remember, these are slow moving. They're not moving that fast. And so we are talking at least the potential for some of those slow moving storms to put down quite a bit of rainfall. So that's what we're dealing with right now across the area. Again, highs today, we're supposed to get into those mid-80s. Tomorrow, though, we're talking cooler, lower to middle 80s. That's about 10 degrees cooler than we were today. So that's going to feel pretty nice. And if you think that feels great, let me show you day 2, which is going to be Tuesday's highs. If you like the cooler temperatures. If you like the heat, it'll come back for you by the late week period. But if you want a little break from the heat, we got that for us as well. Lower to middle 80s. Middle 80s to the east, across the Triad, lower 80s. That's going to feel pretty nice. And that comes with a very dry air. If I show you the dew points here. Yeah, look at that. They definitely plummet as we go into our Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're in a comfortable range, but by Thursday and Friday into the weekend, we're going to start to pool up some of that moisture again, and we'll have to deal with and contend with some of the humid air. But we do get a break for at least the first part of the week, which is really good news. So that's what we've got going on now. We'll go back to these current temperatures because it is quite hot across the triangle. So you want to make sure you're staying hydrated and, pushing the fluids, finding shade, finding AC, all of those good things. I will point out to you that there are heat advisories in effect, not for the Triad, but let me pull it up here. Here's the heat risk for today. Again, Raleigh actually is into the red, that level 3. So major heat risk and then extreme heat risk from, say, Charlotte back towards the Wilmington area. So all of this red, you got to be seeking air conditioning. Triad in the orange. So we're not seeing as much heat. The heat was further to the east today, but it stretches down into the Carolinas as well. So I'll point that out to you. But as far as these alerts go, you can see that, again, it does include the triangle, but it doesn't include the Triad. So the Triad is not included in the heat index, or the heat advisory, not the heat index. So 95 corridor, I-40 corridor from Raleigh down to Wilmington, they're dealing with those heat advisories for it feeling very, very hot outside. And that goes till 8 p.m. this evening. So keep that in mind if you're going to those watch parties. They're calling for, the National Weather Service calling for heat index values up to 104 degrees. That's pretty hot out there. So let's check back in on radar. I'll check and see if we have any questions. Yeah, we definitely have thunderstorms erupting across the area, especially now into, say, Stokes County, up towards Rockingham County and to Forsyth County. That's quite the complex of storms. That's going to put down quite a bit of rain, too. It's also moving towards Summerfield and kind of the northern end of Guilford County. So, yeah, there you go. That's some very heavy rain. Mayodan And again, I-73, the northern end of the loop, could be getting in on this thunderstorm activity here in just a little bit. So keep that in mind. So that's some extremely heavy rain. And now, again, Burlington getting some. We're seeing some development now south of Burlington, which is good. That's the area that was in the exceptional drought. And then still seeing development back down into Randolph County as well. Again, it's really the Triad right now that's getting most of the storms and the rain. That'll probably be moving towards the Triangle over the next couple of hours. So if you're heading that way again for those Canes games, just keep that in mind. You could run into some heavy rainfall with these torrential rainfalls occurring. Lightning, obviously, a danger. If anytime thunder roars, you want to get indoors. Even if you've been hanging out by the pool, you got to get indoors for a brief second until these storms pass. But this is all beneficial rainfall. That front, again, doesn't come through till late tonight, and that's when everything will start to shut down as far as that is concerned. We don't need two of me on there, right? So that's kind of an update on what we've got going on here across the area. And so we will continue to keep you updated as those storms maybe start to press into the Triangle. Maybe after our, I might do another update here, say around 6:30, 7 o'clock. We'll check in on things again, see how everything is, temperatures, and then where the storms are, and what our latest model is showing. But remember, today's weather impact alert day for the heat and for the storms. Stay weather-aware, stay safe, and you can track the storms with our WFMY News 2 weather app. And that'll also, you can set proximity alerts on where lightning is and all of that great stuff. Until then, stay safe and have a great rest of your evening, and go Canes!